Hey everyone, it's Jenny Garcia from earthyscrap.blogspot.com and earthyscrap on Facebook, and in this video I have the last spread using the Savannah Pocket Life kit from Citrus Twist, and that is the April kit. And I am going through my cards first to see which cards I put in the pockets. If you're new to my videos, I print photos every 2 or 3 weeks and I put all the photos in the sleeves. That way when I'm ready to make something, I don't have to print photos or edit them. That is my least favorite part, so the fact that the photos are already there helps a lot. And this kit comes with a 6x8 assortment of papers exclusive from Citrus Twist, and I'm using a few of those for the cards and to mat some of the photos. I took a bunch of photos 2x2 thinking that I was going to use that, not 2x2, sorry, 3x3. I was thinking that I was going to use my October afternoon page protector, but I didn't, so I have to mat. How many photos? It's 4. It's 5 of the photos. So for my title card, I'm going to use one of the photos, and it has a big white space there. So I'm going to use this big ticket that comes in the Ephemera pack to write my dates. And I'm not covering much there, it's just a few houses and part of the slide. And this little ruler is from the Tombow Fudenosuke calligraphy pen. It's not really meant to use as a ruler, but it really helps in things like this. I wanted to put a little washi tape first so I can add a little bit more detail. And I always take my Lawn Fawn heart die to make a bunch of little hearts using the papers from the kit, or maybe leftovers or things like that. And I love my tiny roller stamp. I'm using it with this Carpe Diem stamp. Actually no, it's not Carpe Diem, it's the Reset Girl, but that line that she made for Simple Stories. And the ink I use is from Messy Box. I believe it's called Messy Ink. You can find it anywhere, which is sad because I really love it. And I'm just gonna add a bunch of stamping at the bottom. Every Citrus Twist kit comes with a little stamp, and I love those smaller stamps. I don't know why I feel so motivated to stamp ever since I get these kits. They're just awesome. I don't know, lately I'm crazy about stamping, and I'm gonna go crazy into photos, so stay tuned for that craziness. And I had a little space to journal there. Well, not to journal, to do a cluster, or I could have journaled too, but I don't know about journaling photos just yet. So I'm gonna grab one of the banners and that oval that says Good Times, and they're both from the Ephemera pack, and I'm just gonna layer them. And I also added a little heart. And I think that sticker says drink the wild air. And I love it. That was such a pretty day. So my girls were outside playing in the park. This is just a bunch of photos that I took of my daughter. She was spinning at that moment when I took the photos, and I kept snapping, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna catch a good one in these. And they were actually all pretty good. So I just made a little collage in Pick Stitch. And I'm sorry that my head is like, my paper keeps going up. So I fixed my camera so I don't do that again, but I'm sorry about that. And I keep putting my big head in the middle, so. And that sticker says something, I don't know, it says something cute, but oh, free your wild, something like that. yeah, and since my little one is a little crazy, I like how that looked in there. And I couldn't focus very well right there in the camera, but the photos look good, so I don't know why they look so grainy in the camera. And this is an Instax photo. I got an Instax printer. I don't have the camera, I have the printer, and I really like it. At the beginning I was like iffy about it, but I already learned how to, you know, the tricks and tips to edit your photos in there, so I'm feeling a little bit more comfortable with it. And since they have like a 2x3, no, I think it's, yeah, I think it's, no, it's not 2x3. It's, yes, I think it's two. I'm sorry, keep going forward. It's 2x3. So I may use one of those, not babes, yeah, collector cards, you know, sleeves in the future to add a few photos of those. And then this is a photo that I went crazy with. I was just gonna put a few in the corner, and then I was like, well, maybe it needs a little bit more. And then I was like, well, maybe on just on the top and the right. But I liked it, so I kept going and going, and I thought that it would like drown the subject, like make my daughter like push her to the background, but actually it kind of brings her forward. And I also stamped, that was a photo of the day she got her purple belt on her recorder, so I put the word special next to the on top of the recorder. So you see, I thought it was gonna like push her back, but it's like she comes forward. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah. And I have a little white space, and I can't leave it like that. It would be a crime against the over embellishing council, whatever. So I'm just gonna grab a few of the pieces from the Ephemera pack and add a little heart. And I think that circle says I count my lucky stars or something like that. And I don't look perfect on the photo, but I've learned to just, you know, include myself in the photos because I'm the only one that takes pictures. So if I don't take a picture of myself, it's very unlikely that I will be in this album. And I like people, I don't know if this makes sense, since I'm the one writing the story and I'm kind of like the author of this whole Project Life thing. I would like people in the future that don't get to know me, like get to see a little bit of me, if that makes any sense. And my daughter took these snapshots in my phone. She is addicted to a game called Emoji Blitz. I like the game too, but she has like a serious addiction. And she was like, I took a screenshot, so now you can put it in your album. So she's been trained, she knows the procedure, so I have to include her photos in there too. And I do often. Sometimes she takes pictures with my phone, and I also got her a camera, so I've been adding some of her photos in my album too, because even though I am the author, it's not only my story. So even if they're not perfect photos, I like to embrace, I see some scrapbookers and project lifers that have beautiful photos that they look like photography, you know, professional photographer quality. And while they look really beautiful and that might be their reality, my life is not perfect at all. It's like a giant, hot, but slightly fun, hot mess. So I like to be true to the story. It might not be like white backgrounds and ocean waves behind me, but I don't know, it feels real, it's fun, it's happy. I don't like to put sad memories in my album, so within that hot mess and craziness, they're happy memories. And moreover, stamping, because why not? And I actually really like it how it turned out, so I might do it a lot more often too. I might have created a monster in the process of this spread, and I got a Keurig that week and I love it. And on the bottom, since I am using black, I'm going to use white, but right now I'm using that blue ink from a messy box, and every time I think about that ink, it makes me sad that I didn't get more. And of course I had to discover them when they were not making them anymore. That's very me. While they had like a lot laying down, I just didn't pay attention, I didn't care. But now that I can get them, I love them. This is one of those 3x4 photos that I told you about. And if I don't use the October afternoon page protector, I don't mind, because then I can do this and I do like a little, very little mini layout. And I was stamping cozy vibes, but you couldn't see it, so I'm gonna stamp it in 3 different colors, and the black one is the one that you see the most, but it's not super obvious. And this is a photo of a grocery shopping order I made on Walmart online, and it came in a weird, terrible, it was a hot mess in those boxes. It was, if you haven't tried it, don't try it. Just do it like people did it in 1999 and just go to the grocery store. And I heard that Amazon Prime is good too, the Amazon Pantry, sorry. So I might try that, but look, it was like Play-Doh with bounce sheets, with eating items. And I'm picky when I pack my groceries, so that was like, and I had squash boxes, that was terrible. And I love these wood grain pattern paper. Both of them, the brown one and the one with colors. If I could paint my whole house like those colors, that would be perfect. And this week was April Fool's on Sunday. And if you don't follow Pusheen because you don't have insane amount of fluffy cats in your house, I follow them on Facebook because my daughter is such a fan of Pusheen, and for April Fools they always change Pusheen's image to this doggy and they call him Pug Sheen, and it's really cute. So, and of course my daughter was like, you need to take the photo because it's so cute. And I thought it was a good thing to add to if your week is not that busy. Adding so things like that, it's not a bad idea. And I've been journaling a lot using my twin tones, and I love how journaling color looks. And I just added a little bit of journaling. My journaling is gonna be strange this week, but I actually like it. I have only this like little info, then I have a list and more and less, and just a general list of the highlights of the week. And this is a photo of my daughter with one of the Easter eggs I made a few years ago. I don't like to make them with real eggs. I don't like, I just buy the fake eggs. And the good things is that you can keep them for next year and you always have more. So I had this little chick Easter egg, and my daughter was like snuggling because I think that day it was super cold, like ridiculously cold. So what I did is just I hid eggs inside the house, and the girls found them and they had fun. I don't buy Easter baskets. I just think that kids have so much junk already, at least mine do, so we don't need Easter baskets. And I wasn't sure about putting this photo in horizontal, but the quality wasn't that good and it looked kind of vintagey, So I just figured that this would be a good moment to print with the ink stacks. And this is the list of highlights I was telling you about. I just made a little heart next to each thing. They were simple things, so I didn't need to include anything major. Then I'm gonna layer that lemon with a little heart. And I thought it wasn't gonna like this horizontal photo, but it actually looks really nice. And this is the list of more and less. I normally don't throw lines like that because I'm quite picky and a little bit of a perfectionist, but I really like how this turned out. I may have to make the line on the center a little bit more dark, but if you look at it in person, you can see where the more column is and the less. And this is how the whole layout looks. Since this is the last video, I am going to share, if you stay tuned, the leftovers from the kit this month. And since my second project was a very busy one, and it had an insert, and I always use a lot of embellishments, but this week I also went embellishment and paper heavy too. Then I think the first layout was the one that was less product crazy busy, but it still had a lot compared to people that are really minimalist. So make sure you stay tuned a few more minutes so you can see what I have left from the kit. And actually it's the emptiest, it's the most I've used from a kit, and I still have enough for, I believe, one pocket pages layout and maybe one traveler's notebook spread. And I really like the highlights card. I didn't think it was going to turn out that cool. And a photo of my daughter with the Walmart boxes in the Keurig. So she made a little fort, and she loves drawing in boxes. Whenever I get a box, she quickly gets her markers. So if I need to keep a box, I need to tell her not to touch her, because she will draw on it the second I look away. That is the list. I'm gonna say bye, but I'm not going yet. And that little empty bag is the ephemera that is already in the box. Of course, you can use the stamps over and over. And I only have 10 leatherette stickers. I have a lot of these word stickers still, and the alphas. Now, from the papers I use a lot. And I mixed the journaling cards in there too, so I'm showing you the papers. And I like that piece. Oh, that is a 4x6 card, and what says so undeniably you. I'm planning to use that on a layout, but I'm not sure yet. These are 3 cards. And this is the ephemera I have left, and I have left like a lot, pretty much. And I'm using this box to hold all the leftover ephemeras in here, and I divide them by words, circles, tags, die cuts that have like a specific shape, like a flower or bird or something like that. And the pieces this month were really pretty. And I have also these extra little sneezes, scripty words, and I have words that are really tiny in one of the if you see at the top, and then the bigger ones are at the bottom, or the ones that have like a different, like a bigger box, more decorated. And I have a lot more, sorry, than I thought I had. And the good thing is all these kits kind of like look good together, so I can keep pulling from that stash forever. And this is the embellishments kit and what I have left from it. I love those wood buttons, they're so awesome. Well, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed all the projects made with the April kit. Stay tuned for the May kit, it is amazing. And please, if you are not part of the Citrus Twist Facebook fan group, make sure you join, because we're gonna have a super fun National Scrapbooking Day event. It's gonna be 3 days, and there are gonna be challenges and prizes and lots of inspiration. So the links are gonna be down there in the description box thingy. I'm also gonna have a bunch of affiliate links that you don't have to use, but they are really helpful. So thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing day. Bye.